This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories, and welcome to my review of the John Wick trilogy. This is the first three films. I will not be talking about the amazing John Wick Chapter 4, which you have not watched yet. I highly recommend seeing that on the biggest screen you can, and that movie was just really amazing. Go check out my review if you've already watched it. I loved that film, and I really needed something good to talk about after that really bad episode of The Flash I had to review, and I felt so bad after, just having to do just another bad review, and I really wanted to do a really positive one, and I already had this planned for today, so I got so lucky because these films are amazing and teach a very valuable lesson why you should not kill someone's dog and steal their car. A very valuable lesson and really amazing movies. And I believe I mentioned this in my Chapter 4 review. That's not a spoiler, but I'm just amazed that they managed to give us four amazing films, and none of them were bad. I love each and every one of these films. The action in them honestly always just gets better, and the story just keeps getting better and better with it as it just gets more interesting. Personally, I think 2 is probably my least favorite. It's not really saying anything about it, it's just of the four, it's probably the weakest. And I'd probably say it's 1, 3, 4, with 4 being my favorite. And 1 and 3 are pretty close, but I really like the scale of 3. But I'll be talking about them each individually. And Chapter 1 is, or just the original John Wick, such an amazing film. You get really interesting stuff to see John go on this killing spree of the criminal organization, him getting revenge, and just having such an incredible adventure. And honestly, it was such a fun story. Really, I enjoyed this so much, and they did such a good job making the first John Wick. And I like how it's just something that is so small in this film that led to just some crazy and insane events in the John Wick franchise. And it all began with this little event of someone killing his dog and stealing his car. Moving on to Chapter 2. Chapter 2 is a nice one to just look at the consequences of John deciding to return to life and also just wanting revenge without maybe fully thinking it through. And this one was honestly a really nice one where you got to explore more about this world of assassins, but also got to see John going on bigger killing sprees. A little bit of a continuation of that last one with him retrieving his car. And really, I think that the most impressive thing this did was introduce us to the bigger world of assassins, the high table, the markers, and everything. And this is stuff that helped set up the other films. And that's why, honestly, this is probably, in my opinion, the weakest one because it just feels like this is really one that's trying to set up the rest of the movies to come after it. Although it is really good and ends in such an amazing way, which sets up the really amazing Chapter 3. I just have to put this one slightly lower. And going to Chapter 3, this is actually the first one I watched in theaters. I think I got into the franchise a little bit before Chapter 3 came out. I don't remember exactly how long before, but I went to see Chapter 3, and I was really excited to see that, and I really did enjoy Chapter 3, as, with the exception of 4 of these three, probably the best fighting scenes. It gets really crazy as John has to fight through all these assassins, and the story really was just super interesting to see him both trying to find redemption and getting to also see a little bit more into this world and just really figure out what John wants and pushing things forward to get us to chapter 4 because the story here was really intense and interesting. I really enjoyed it, and I think that they really did such a good job setting everything up and paying it off here where you got the really awesome Battle of the Continental as they're trying to defend it. You get something that's even better now, seeing the character of I always forget the pronunciation, like Sharon, and he is getting his really big role of defending the Continental with John, and it's really important for this because honestly the actor just passed away, and it was pretty sad. There is a nice tribute to him at the end of chapter 4. From what I heard, is it's not in all theaters, but it will be on every copy of the movie once it's released on digital and DVD and Blu-ray and everything. So that's gonna be really nice to own, and I really am looking forward to owning that film. But Chapter 3, really good movie, and I really just love this trilogy overall. Such a interesting and fun series to watch, and honestly, just feels so much better to have something really positive to talk about because sometimes it just feels like really depressing to talk about something that's super bad and you want it to be good, but talking about something that is honestly amazing is just so much better. And I really did enjoy making this video, but I want to know what you think of these films. So let me know in the comments and check out my review of Chapter 4 if you haven't yet. So I'll see you all next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.